is a presentation of TFNN. Time to talk about your health. Living a primal lifestyle.
You know, we have Tom from Tampa on the phone. Hey, Tom. Good morning. It's bright and early now, huh?
Hey, Paige. Good. How you guys doing, Nico?
Doing great.
Good. Hey, your newsletter's outstanding, man. I'm telling you, man, it is outstanding. And so is the Primal Edge. I love that stuff. I'd never be without it. I mean, I've been on it now 3-4 months, man. I mean, it's just, I can't get over how good I feel.
Primal Edge is, people are raving about it. People who are trying it, they know because you can feel it.
Would not be without it.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now your hosts, Nico de Haan and Paige Clarke.
Good morning. I'm Nico de Haan. Welcome to Living a Primal Lifestyle, where we explore a return to a more balanced, natural, wild world.
To recover our natural health and regain our rights and freedoms. Good morning. I'm Paige Clarke.
And it's a beautiful morning in downtown Clearwater, Florida. It's 64 degrees. It's sunny. It's going to be relatively nice today, about 79 or 80, and got another cold front coming in, so I love the fall. I really do. It's one of those special, I think the change is what I like. Just you're coming out of the summer and being here for 30 years in Florida, or more, I guess. I'm used to the summer months. You know, it took me a couple of years. That first year was kind of brutal, but then you sort of get used to it. But I do love the changes in the weather, and spring and fall are those changes for me.
Regardless of however slight they are, it's nice.
That's true enough.
Make sure you subscribe to our Health Signals newsletter. This is news you can use. We put together some great information twice a month. $10 a month gets it right into your inbox with clickable links, so you can stay connected and up to date on the cutting edge information we present to you. And speaking of edge, you can also pick up
the Primal Edge, which is 310 cell-ready ingredients for you to take every single morning, powered by fulvic and humic acid to get the good stuff in
and the bad stuff out.
And our phone number here, if you'd like to join the program, is 877-927-6648. So, Paige, let me ask you a question. What time of day do you normally exercise?
Anytime I can.
That's a good answer.
Well,
That's a good answer.
Or maybe I should say, I should exercise anytime I can.
Well,
and I think that this is a great article because everybody's wondering this. When are they going to get the biggest bang for their buck? What's going to benefit them? And I do think it really does depend on what your goals are.
Sure.
What I am believing now is that I think the best results are achieved when you exercise in a fasted state. In fact, I'm actually believing that being in a fasted state is a great state to be in, regardless of whether or not you're exercising.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're definitely finding that out.
How about you? What's your thoughts?
Well, when I started running years ago, I loved to get it over with. So I did it in the morning. But not, a lot of times our job dictates when we can work out.
Well, absolutely.
So
that's why I said when you can.
Yeah, when you can. So afternoon was for me a lot of times just going for a run in the afternoon. But as I changed and started working out more of strength training and flexibility training, I just popped it in anywhere I could. So now when I started my journey in jiu-jitsu, of course, the time to work out is when jiu-jitsu is taking place. And we have, of course, a selection of different kinds of classes, but you pick what's convenient for you, again, compared, because of your job. That's normally what it is.
Well, the research is still out there on when is the best time of day to exercise, and it's not without controversy in general. If you can find the time to exercise that you can stick with and be consistent, you'll be much more likely to train regularly and get better results as a consequence.
So our sleep and our wake cycles are a daily occurrence. That's a cycle called circadian rhythms, and this is regulated. It regulates not only that, but your blood pressure and your body temperature and everything like that. But that is kind of like the sun, the moon, the stars. This is what the Earth gives us. So this is the time.
Yeah, the Earth program. So in general, these circadian rhythms conform to our 24-hour day, and they may be reset based on environmental clues. And the time of day that we typically exercise is one of these clues.
Yeah.
So how you incorporate your exercise can be a big part of the signals you send to your body, when to rest, when to restore, when to rev up, when to cool down, and so forth.
Exactly, and if you're doing any type of competition, so when I was running, I started getting into these little fun runs, and that was a blast, and they always take place in the morning, so when I started running in the morning, that was right in cue there, but when I ran in the afternoon, close to race time, I'd get some of those morning runs in, just to get kind of used to it again for that time for my body to kind of switch over. So it does kind of reset yourself when you
Absolutely,
exercise.
and this is, here's some research. The University of North Texas in Denton found that all those circadian rhythms are inborn. We can reset them based upon our behaviors.
Right.
And you know that, for example, using an alarm clock establishes meal times, and even when we work out, they are all clues to resetting these rhythms. This is why we're studying now the implications of circadian balance in health. And really, maybe it's not what you're taking and what you're eating, it's when you're taking and eating and moving. And this can be a big play.
Yeah,
they found that people who consistently exercise in the morning, they actually teach their body to be most ready for exercise at that time of day. And when they switched to evening exercise, they didn't feel as strong because the body had adapted.
Yeah, and your ability to adjust these rhythms is important for athletes that are training for a specific event. Like I said, the message is to train at the same time of day that the event will occur, and research is supporting this advice because the studies show that your ability to maintain exercise intensity will adapt to your training time.
And this is true, Nico. I mean, everybody's different. You know, you hear people say, I'm a morning person, or I'm a night owl, or this kind of thing. Some people are just more naturally morning people. They have no trouble exercising first thing in the morning. Others don't like to move as quickly and are more likely to feel like exercising later in the day. It's really, if you have an obvious preference, it's pretty easy to decide what sort of exercises you should do. Go with the flow is what I say.
Yeah.
But remember, we want to synchronize ourselves somewhat with the light-dark schedule. I think that the light-dark is as important as anything, or more important than when you exercise, but that it creates a synchronicity so that your body knows that when it gets dark. I'm not sure I believe that, you know, late night exercise is really ultimately real smart.
Well, you're getting your body set up to be at a certain level, then it's hard to bring it back down again so
That's
you
my
can
concern.
rest.
Yeah, because I think the time is more important.
Yeah. I noticed when I was younger, in my teens, I liked to sleep in. I mean, those weekends were wonderful. I could sleep in until my mother got me out of bed.
And what do we do?
basically.
We make all these kids go to school,
Go to school
at 6
early,
a.m.
yeah. So, I've changed over the years, and I've slowly changed, and now I just love the mornings. I also love the fact that I can get things done in the morning, nobody to disturb me.
Makes
I
you
get
feel
it
like
all
the
the
early
way.
bird who got the work.
Yeah, and then also I get to relax in a few hours because I've done all the work. So that was always important to me. I never liked things hanging over my head, so I did procrastinate on some things. There's some things I didn't like, apparently. But the things that I liked to do or was not had too much of an opinion about, I wanted to get rid of those things. So, you'll find me, if I have a newsletter to do, I'll start early, get it done, and I'll feel really good about it. Then I may edit it later on. But let's get back to the exercising.
Yeah, scheduling exercise, it might be something you have to do. Today, so many of us are really busy. Work and family commitments often take priority, and exercise becomes it's not, a luxury to choose. You really have to schedule it and find a time.
Yeah, so
that might be the thing to do.
let's talk about that when we get back, scheduling exercise and finding out what the research says for the best time to exercise. So in the meantime, folks, pick up our Health Signals newsletter. $10 a month gets you 2 issues on the first and third Tuesday of every month. And so next week, we'll get another one in there. So
See you right back after the break.
Get some Primal Edge. You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Nico and Paige take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back. When is the best time to exercise? Well, as we said, it might be just whenever you can fit it in, but there is some research as to the best times to exercise, and really it might have a lot to do with how good you can adhere to it. So here are some of the latest specific research findings.
Well, one of the things that it said before that was that it may take you about a month to reset your clock. So if you're changing from morning till afternoon, don't despair. For that next 30 days, it might not be as pleasant.
You need some time to adapt.
Yeah, so the best time to exercise, they say here in this research, and this is, they say the late afternoon is the best. And I think I feel stronger in the afternoon than I do in the morning.
They say it's tied to when your body temperature is at its highest. Well, a high body temperature is evidence of what? A strong metabolism.
Okay.
The more, if you're burning hot, your metabolism is raised.
Okay.
So body temperature is at its lowest just before you wake. Number two is strength is greatest in the afternoon. Dr. Hill reported that strength output is 5% higher at around midday. Anaerobic performance, such as sprinting, improves by 5% in the late afternoon.
Yeah.
Again, I think that's tied to metabolic power.
Yeah. Then greater endurance is greater in the afternoon also.
They showed about a 4% higher rate of endurance when you exercise in the afternoon. And there's also injuries are less likely in the afternoon. I think I see that because, you know, you've had all day that even though you might not have been exercising, you're moving, stretching, bending.
Right, you've already warmed up in a sense.
Kind of
Afternoon exercise is best if you want to avoid injuries for many reasons. We are most alert, our body temperature is the highest, so our muscles are warm and flexible, our muscle strength is the greatest, and these three factors make it less likely that you will get injured.
But here's another point, though. Morning exercisers tend to be more consistent. I think that's that old get her done. They're getting it done.
And also that the fact is that everybody wakes up. So,
everybody wakes up and there's
the
no...
first thing you think of is, boom, I got to get this done, and there I am. I'm going out the door wherever that may be.
Here's something, though, evening exercise and sleep, and I touched on that. Most research supports the idea that exercise can improve sleep quality, but does exercising too late in the evening keep you up? For me, that actually happens. I get like a second wind if I do anything that's a little too strenuous.
Yes,
Studies have shown that improvements in sleep from both morning and afternoon exercise, so you're getting the benefit just because of the fact that you're exercising.
So it's not yet clear if evening exercises keeps you up. I think it does keep you up if it's strenuous enough. So there's a limit there. You can certainly do some yoga. You can do some stretching. I've done those things just before I got into bed and didn't seem to have it actually seemed to have a calming effect. So I would say endurance training, strength training, sprinting, not a good idea just before you go to bed. That just makes
Yeah,
no
it doesn't
sense
work
to
for me. But so the bottom line is, you can really decide when is the best time for you. And as I said, the best time is when you can get it done. And it's wise to modify your training to accommodate whatever might be working best for you, but it's always wise to warm up. And as the evidence shows, exercise that happens later in the day may be safer, more productive, and produce a greater performance simply because you've been warmed up from your day. So,
yeah.
Good stuff.
There's another article here I found. Researchers have finally identified a genetic reason why some people seem to age faster than others. Ever wonder why some people seem to run marathons in their 70s? And we know a lot of people that do that. Minkoff is almost 70, and he does those triathlons. And I'm doing jiu-jitsu. I'm in my 70s.
That's right.
So, it's possible to do these things. People want to live forever. Most scientific research on the aging process focuses on longevity, meaning ways to stretch our natural lifespan. What it tends to overlook is age-related behavior decline, which seems remiss since we are all not going to live forever. We want to live forever, but we want our brains to remain healthy, and that's the main thing. Longevity and behavioral agings aren't necessarily related process. Just because we extend one doesn't really mean that we can pull the other one along with it. So here we are. Some people are getting exercise, but their brain may be decaying, while other people may remain sharp in the brain, but they don't have the ability for that activity that we would want to say, oh boy, here's a healthy person.
So you can see people who perhaps as they get older might be engaging in catabolic exercise. That is my concern with marathon running and so forth, although there's all kinds of cases. If their body looks like it's being broken down, then what do you think is probably happening in their brain?
Well, that's one thing I see when I see elderly people running. I see the decay there. They're hunched over a little bit more. They don't have that great athletic body that lets your posture determine, what you do. And I always tell my clients, posture is what determines the effectiveness of exercise. So if you're running in a slouching position or one arm's moving funny, this is how mechanically your body has adapted to maybe some of the injuries that have come along the way, and now your body's not quite working the right way. So you're actually accelerating that process of bad mechanics in a way. So posture is really the key to exercise. So you really have to watch this and watch your running. Get into a state where your posture is really good and then do the movement. And I'll tell you, even if you just stand up straight and put your chest out, stomach in, and slightly
think about horse stance.
Yeah, it's horse stance, little bend in the knees. And now do your walking, and you'll feel it completely different. But this is how we were meant to walk. Remember, we had that program where we were talking about walking on our toes, and how now everybody, in fact, my therapist, has this gal in there. Little gal comes in. She's 100 years old, and still mobile, still very bright. And she says, when you're walking, she says, you're walking with a cane, but you're slouching over, so you need to stand up straight, and then you need to heel strike. And I goes, heel strike! Because we had talked about that, we're supposed to go on our toes, but of course today everybody heel strikes, so she wants everybody to do that.
Well, that's a perfect example of how mainstream medicine maybe is teaching things that are completely different than what our ancestors knew.
That's true, but it's mainstream today. Everybody strikes the heel today because of shoes. And it's really hard to adapt. I mean, I find myself walking around the house trying to get my toes to touch first. And you really have to be aware of it. It's not a natural movement anymore for us. But I'm trying to practice it. Well, that's another
funny
story.
because I'm so short, I tend to walk on my toes.
Well, women do walk on their toes.
Well, because, we've been like this, right?
Right.
And automatically stay on tippy-toed just
Sure.
because I'm so used to doing it my whole
Right,
life.
yeah, and I think men do that who are smaller too, and that's how we compensate for things. So let's get back to this. Let's see, where were we? The research proposed that based on their study, the pace at which we age and lose these kinds of functions is affected by the emergence of new genes, like the ones they observe in nematodes. So they were talking in this article about nematodes and how nematodes they use in research of longevity, because the lifespan of a nematode is, we can see it. They're born and they die right in front of us. So when they extend those lives, then you can really see that few seconds or a few minutes longer.
It's a shorter window,
It's
so
a
they're
shorter
able
window.
to see
So
the
they're
impacts.
using nano nematode technology to tell you this. So the important factor, I think, is as we age, we want to balance everything. We want to be smart and we want to be alert, but we want our body to work
and we
too.
want to have muscles that fire, and we want to integrate it
And the
all.
whole point of me bringing this out is I think that everything is tied to diet. Again, always the
and
first.
light.
And light.
And how
yes.
you move
Yep.
and your environment.
So stick around, folks. We've got a lot more. We'll be right back.
We'd like to tell you about the personal training studio that Nico is the owner and president of, Performance Training. Since 1998, Nico has trained individuals and groups to improve their health both mentally and physically. As a certified personal trainer, Nico's main focus is on demonstrating exercises correctly to avoid injury and teaching his clients how to manage their past injuries while getting the most out of their personal training sessions. The Performance Training Studio is filled with unique training equipment that enhances balanced results at a faster rate while minimizing damage and discomfort. For more information, you can give Nico a call at 727-418-8740 or email him at nico@tfnn.com. Let him know you heard him on TFNN and save up to $100 on a special package just for TFNN listeners. Act today.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And welcome back to the show. The secret to long life, it may lurk in the DNA of the oldest among us. One of the extremely rare members of our species is going to live at the age of 110. Goldie Mitchelson.
And she's divulged her secrets to longevity countless times. She actually did die last year at 113.
113 years old.
Yeah.
She said,
I love it.
Yeah, and one thing she says, morning walks and chocolate. She says that was the secret to her. And a lot of these people who live over 100 always have these little secrets that, I love
And it's
knitting
always a little surprising because the secrets usually are a little decadent, like chocolate. And you
Those
realize
things.
that it's really about mindset and so many of these things, Unlike the growing ranks of centenarians, those who breach a 12th decade, known as supercentenarians, rarely face protracted illness or disability before they die, a boon that many of them have ascribed to some of their personal habits.
Yeah, this one lady, Shelby Harris, says, I live by truth. A lot of these are women, too. Women seem to live a lot longer. And she died at the age of 117. She subscribed 2 things, raw eggs and no husband. As the key. So everybody has their little niche of keys. I like that.
And I like that raw egg, see?
Yeah.
Put that in your smoothie.
Yeah, but even as they indulge the notion that exceptionally healthy longevity can be explained by lifestyle, each agrees to donate DNA to a private effort to find the secrets of their
They
genes.
agreed before they died that they would donate.
So this is a project going on where people are donating their DNA so we can find out do they have a special gene or not.
Yeah, the full genomic sequences of Miss Mitchelson, Mr. Harris, and Miss Morano are among some 3 dozen genomes of North American, Caribbean, and European supercentenarians being made available this week by a nonprofit called Better Humans to any researcher who wants to dive in.
Yes.
And a few additional genomes come from people who died at 107, 108, or 109. If unusual patterns in their 3 billion pairs of A, C, G, Gs, and Ts, the nucleobases that make up all genomics, can be shown to have prolonged their lives and protect their health, the logic goes, it is conceivable that a drug or gene therapy could be devised to replicate the effects in the rest of us. But let me just say something right there. We can take that last part out. I'm going to refinish that sentence. It is conceivable that we could identify substances in nature that positively impact so that we can all experience ideal gene expression.
I like that.
Take out that word drug, okay? Again, that's the profit motive, and of course, therein why they're doing the research, but you can take genetic research and turn it and look at what things our Creator put in our environment that can help us to have our best expression. After all, biblically, people were living to be 120. It was the expectation.
Yeah, in fact, a lot of the Indian chiefs have revealed that a lot of their burial mounds and things like that, people have been into 120 to 150 years old, the older chiefs. And I think some of that archaeology now is bearing that out. But these people who live in above 110 are 1 in 5 million. So there's not many of us around. There has to be a few thousand around here in the United States.
Yeah, this rare cache of supercentenarian genomes, the largest yet to be sequenced that they're collecting and made public, comes as studies of garden variety longevity have yielded very few solid clues to healthy aging. Well, I can tell you that because disease doesn't originate in the genes. Disease is an epigenetic function. As I just said, it is how we impact the genes. It's not that they have a special gene. It's how they have lived their life, their epigenetic influences, so how the genes they have were expressed.
One thing it does say is that they seem to have some kind of genetic advantage, having inherited fewer than usual DNA variances known to raise the risks of these diseases like heart disease, Alzheimer's, and other afflictions. So they say...
Okay, so many of them may, have
yeah,
less
but the researchers do say this is not enough to explain the truly rare survival rate and why these supercentennials are more uniformly healthy, especially in their final months and years.
They kind of just go out with a pop.
Yeah.
They're not degraded, and that's the way we all should be.
Yeah, they're not sick when they die. They actually just die of old age at 112, 115,
And we're going to go back to
117.
what they're realizing is epigenetic. It's in their environment. It's
Yeah.
like what they choose to eat, drink, think, and all of those things. Rather than having won dozens of hereditary coin tosses with DNA variations that are less bad or good, scientists suggest supercentenarians may possess genetic code that actively protects them from aging. So that's what they're going to be looking for.
Yeah.
Are there super protective genes?
So a New England Centennial study, one of a handful of longevity research groups around the world, focuses on super centennials, now turns down to prospective DNA donors under the age of 103. We just tell them they're too young. So you have to be over 103, I guess, to be in this test, which is kind of cool.
The DNA sequences being released this week were acquired almost single-handedly by James Clement, 61, the founder of a company advised by the prominent Harvard geneticist George Church. And as a professed citizen scientist, Mr. Clement collected blood, skin, or saliva from supercentenarians in 14 states and 7 countries over a 6-year period. Many were still gardening, arguing, driving, and flirting. Miss Mitchelson, for one, was fond of reading and reciting Shakespeare. She kept her brain active.
Yeah.
So this is, really they're unclear. How this small genetic study is going to benefit it, but, they've really turned this into a crowdsourcing project.
They really did. As complex traits like height, body mass index, and disease risk phenotypes are known in genetic speak, typically arise from a combination of hundreds of places in the genome where DNA alphabet differs between individuals. Not sure what that means.
Well, what it means is that there's certain genotypes that they're looking for, but again, what they're finding out is that there's zeroing in on which variations affect which phenotypes requires the statistical power of tens and thousands of DNA samples. And that's kind of a deal breaker when it comes to supercentenarians. We just don't have that many people to test. So, in fact, they say the number of people in that age range hovers at only around 150.
That's a small tribe, I would say.
So,
and I think 150 is probably also kind of the limit of what human beings, as far as we know, can live. This is kind of the general consensus also, that between 120 and 150 is the age when we're supposed to die if we didn't have the diseases and these genetic markers, so-called genetic markers that we seem to.
Well, again, they're trying to make you think that these people have a magic gene. I'm going to tell you they don't have a magic gene. They have a magic epigenetic triggers. Your genes are just the gun. You could have the gun at your head for the rest of your life. It's what you do, what you think, how you move, what you're exposed to, your emotional environment, your spiritual environment, whether or not the trigger or the expression of a good gene or the expression of a bad gene.
Yeah, but of course I think you can, if you do have some bad genes, you can override that.
That's exactly what epigenetics is exactly that.
Exactly right.
That's what we're saying.
Yep.
You have the power. Pharmaceutical companies will want you to think that we are at the mercy of our genes. How many years were you told, oh, I probably got, so-and-so got bad genes from their parents? No. They most likely led the same lifestyle. We tend to be mirror on the wall. We are our parents after all. Well, this kind of goes on and on, and that's not true.
Number here, folks, is 877-927-6648. If you'd like to join us, we'll be right back.
That's right.
Nice. You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. I want to switch the subject a little bit because massage therapy has been increasing in popularity over the years. But there's a lot of misconceptions about massage and massage therapy, so I really want to bust through some of these myths, let's say, of massage therapy.
Well, here you go. Some people believe all massages are the same, and I can attest to that. Personally, I just want to say I love massage. I love massage. I think it's really important, and traditionally massage was seen as part of our health and hygiene of how we stayed healthy.
Sure.
Hippocrates said a bath and a massage every day will keep the doctor away. It wasn't just the apple.
Wish I could afford it every day. It's always tied to money, you know, but I do get a massage about every 2 weeks on a regular schedule with a great massage therapist called Zen Massage in Indian Rocks Beach with Hope. And it's a blessing, that's for sure. And when I started doing, I hadn't had a lot of massages before I started doing jiu-jitsu. When I started jiu-jitsu, I had one of my friends who was a black belt told me he was a chiropractor in his former life, and he told me about the benefits of massage. And he says, you know, Nico, at your age, I would get it on a regular basis, maybe once a month or more. And so I did start to do that a little bit, and in the last 5 years, really have stuck to it, and it's helped me immensely. Of course, in any kind of sport or activity that you're doing, whether it's strength training, doesn't matter, you do get injuries. And to help you bridge that gap between your being injured and getting restored, you do need help from that. It's not just all about you. It's about other people helping you.
Muscles control the bones is really what I believe. So therefore, so many people have pain and they think there's something wrong with it's the muscular skeletal system. And if you can get the muscles to relax, then many times things can get back into place.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than having something pop out of place like a rib or some kind of vertebrae, and then you go to a chiropractor, he pops it back into place. But because your muscles have the memory, they'll pop right back out again.
Exactly.
So you have to work in conjunction with a massage therapist, somebody that's manipulating the muscle and not just the bones.
Well, here's 3 areas you may have heard of. There's the therapeutic whole body massage. This is kind of the Swedish. It has a little lighter touch. They're designed to make muscles and joints feel relaxed. And another popular form is the sports massage.
Yeah, they're not just limited to athletes, though. This type of massage is beneficial for dancers, individuals who need to enhance their flexibility, enhance their athletic performance, and treat or prevent injuries. The quick movements can increase the person's range of motions and improve blood flow, and it keeps the muscles and joints in really good condition. So it's really important. The other one is
my personal favorite.
Your deep tissue massage.
Deep tissue massage, and this utilizes slow, deliberate strokes that aim to address muscle knots and other problematic areas in the muscles and connective tissues. Other types of massage include the shiatsu, reflexology, Thai massage, hot stone, and special massages that are for pregnant women. And all of these massages may include an aromatherapy.
And also
component.
sound. Really important
Sound
to
and
have you
aromatherapy,
relax. Yeah,
correct.
that's for sure. So number 2 is massages are only designed to soothe and sore muscles. While muscles do while massages do relieve tension, this is not the only benefit. Massage therapists can work side by side with a personal regular treatment. In other words, you can work with a doctor if you want, or just a sports trainer, that type of thing. It works really well.
Well, when you're in holistic healthcare, which we really are, in our approach, or you embrace a holistic approach, you realize that perhaps someone, let's look how this snowballs. Someone's experiencing blood sugar or body temperature dysregulation, and then they have body fat storage issues. Well, when you look farther, you see that they have cortisol dysregulation. So you can look at herbal things, but massage is actually clinically proven to help lower cortisol and stress hormones. So there you have the complementary, holistic, whole person approach to healing and health.
Yeah. So number 3 is the misconception that feeling pain means it's working.
Yeah, you don't have to have a painful massage. I personally like a little pain. I mean, I like getting a deep tissue, and I like releasing those muscular knots. And
Well, a good massage therapist will find those areas too and know how to go into those areas. It's no good that they go right at the area and you jump off the table.
No.
You have to kind of sneak up on these things because they're protecting themselves. Muscles have a unique system where they almost have a little brain, each little muscle, and not only each muscle, but each fiber in the muscle may be hiding something in there. So
and protecting something, like a cervical, a tight neck, the muscles in the neck. The reason it may be tight is that there is inflammation in the spinal or the cervical area.
And the idea of this is, of course, even with self-massage, is you go towards the area of the pain to find the area. But it does hide and it does shift, so you have to be persistent. You have to be a little bit knowledgeable about how this works, and you have to go towards that, and you have to do it in such a way not to over-threaten it because it'll hide on you. So there's a lot of things to learn in a massage therapy. I always wanted to take these tests, and I have a feel for this myself. I do help massage things with some of my clients, just in little spot areas. So I have a feel for this, and I really like it. But I've used it on myself, and it really works on yourself too. So, you know, learning this is really good.
Well, many of the tight areas that you feel are actually kind of areas of toxicity.
Yes.
The muscle has contracted, and the body may send toxins there because it's a weakened area. Here's one that we can kind of connect together. Pregnant women and children are not candidates for massage. Not true. In fact, pregnant women and children both experience stress, and using massage is a wonderful way to enhance feelings of stress reduction by human touch.
Yes, and for women it's definitely designed to help them relax, and I think for children too it's getting rid of some anxiety.
Systems. Yeah, right.
Number 5 is only adults can get that massage. That's definitely
put those together.
You put them together.
And number 6, massage cleans the body. Massage is moving the lymph and helping the body.
It doesn't cleanse the body so much as it does it does include getting rid of these toxins. It doesn't really cleanse the body per se. It does remove toxins, however. So I guess in one way it does do that.
Massage improves blood circulation, and blood circulation is intimately, and it also involves the movement of our second circulatory system, which is the lymph system.
Right.
So this can speed healing, but it's not, as the article says, not a direct way to relieve toxins. I mean, toxin removal is a multifactorial thing. It's how you're eating, how you're moving, how you're breathing, so forth.
Number 7 myth: don't distract the massage therapist. I'm not sure what they're getting on this. Let's read
Well,
it.
it's just saying if you feel pain, you know,
You need to
tell the
tell 'em.
massage therapist.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and just suck it up. If it's not comfortable, go with your intuition.
One of the things that my massage therapist says she likes about massaging me is I let her know, but not through words so much as the breathing. As the breathing intensifies, she knows she's getting to an area that's much more sensitive.
And I,
So-
I work with my massage therapist the same way.
Yeah,
And breathing through your massage is a really great way to get maximum benefit from
Yeah,
that.
this way you're actually helping the whole system work better by breathing.
Boy, I think this person's worried about how they write the article. You need to drink water after a massage. They say this is false. Massages are not medically proven to clean the body. Somebody's warned that person not to say
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But,
this is a
we
confusing
know
thing.
that hydration is important in helping the body remove toxins of
Sure
all
is.
type, mind, body, and spirit.
Yep.
So,
Let's continue with this after the break.
Okay.
Thanks for sticking around, folks. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
No matter where you're listening to TFNN programming, you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones, iPads, and Android devices, located in the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and call-in talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com, educating investors.
And welcome back. So we're talking a little bit about massage. We're finishing up here. It says,
This makes me want to go get a massage right
yeah,
now.
for sure.
Stretch like a cat. But, you know,
well, the thing says you don't have to drink water after a massage, and here, most of the time I drink a little bit of water before, and then afterwards they give you a little glass of water. So I think it's necessary. I don't think it's immediate that you need it, but I mean, it really does help move things along. So I don't know how this person is writing these things. The last one is massages can help you get rid of cellulite, and she says this is a misnomer, that it doesn't really do that.
well,
But I think
I'm convinced now from the research of the fascia blaster or fasciology that cellulite is distortion in our fascia system. And the fascia system is the covering, like the thin skin you see
On the muscles.
Yeah, over
it
top of
covers
the
every
muscles.
muscle. Yeah.
And that's also kind of the location of where a lot of our meridian systems and our electricity runs through our body.
Well, this is the fat. This is the fat storage system that's the problem, I think. That's my way of looking at it.
Look at it this way. If you have fat and then you have this sheath that gets little lumps in it, that's where you're going to see it. So when the fascia is distorted, it presents the fat as being like that.
That's not the pretty brown fat that we talk about.
Well, yeah, the brown fat is what we want, but the subcutaneous extra fat is that gets distorted in cellulite is really a fascia tissue issue. And in this article, the person says it's more likely to link to your genes. I disagree with that because I disagree that most anything that happens is a
it may be in the
genetic
genes,
thing.
but we know we can overcome those things through diet, exercise, and feeling good about yourself. And
It
all
might
the
be
other
that
things.
you don't rebuild collagen as well, you don't stay hydrated as well. It's more likely what are some of your lifestyle things that you result in that your fascia is damaged and presenting itself such as cellulite.
And I think that's the way I want our viewers to look at the whole living a primal lifestyle, is that no matter what you're predisposed to, you have control over it through your diet and through your lifestyle. The way you live really determines how you look and how you feel and how you look.
And how
to
you
other
express
people.
your genes.
Yeah.
And despite all the latest research that says, whenever you read an article that says scientists have found these genes or they're locating this and research may produce a drug and we hope that we'll be able to solve this with this computer chip in your brain, so watch out. Just realize that a lot of the research, take back this information, use it to your advantage to live smarter, live more primal, and remember that we are powerful beings. And the more we get back to claiming that sovereign ability to be the person we are, to control our health, the better. And we can read this latest research with a grain of salt, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And understand that much of the research is funded by companies that want you to be feel that you're powerless and that
They want you to spend money on their products.
They want you to be all lined up that, oh, thank God they're going to find a way to save us through drug therapy. No, these people that are eating chocolate and taking walks in the morning and flirting when they're 105, They're doing simple things. And I think when we get back to realizing that a primal lifestyle may be a simpler lifestyle, I'm very interested in kind of detaching from a lot of this transhumanism. I'd really like to go down that rabbit hole some more on the show, what we're seeing going on, because there are industries that are spending billions of dollars in hopes of figuring out a way they can tap the true human brain. And maybe we don't want to be. Maybe
I don't want to be
maybe
tapped.
science
Not
is
like that.
not as advanced as they want us to think. Maybe that's going down the wrong road, and maybe the road less traveled is to turn around and go the other way. Not everything that it looks like it's progress is really progress.
Yeah, I think we're finding that
Those are
out.
my thoughts now.
Well, living simply is a lot better than accumulating all these things. We found that out as we get older. Those things that were really important to us aren't as important anymore. What is important is our health as we get older. And us getting older together, which is a pretty nice thing, Paige. I really appreciate you being here, and you're a great co-host.
We're like fine wine. We're just getting better.
That's for sure. Thanks for sticking around, folks. Appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next show.
See you later.
Basil Chapman has just announced a special subscriber event taking place Monday, November 20th from 5 till 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. What can you anticipate for 2018? In this 90-minute webinar for subscribers to Basil's daily trading newsletter, The Opening Call, he will be discussing a variety of topics for the coming year, including, can high techs continue to lead? Will the financials be affected by yields, and where will yields be in 2018? The chances for inflation or deflation? What stocks could be affected or weakened in the coming year, as well as Basil's long-term outlook for the dollar and gold, as well as many other topics. For all the details and to sign up for a 30-day free trial to The Opening Call, visit the front page of TFNN.com today. With nothing to risk, this is a great time to try out Basil's daily trading newsletter. Sign up today.
You're watching Tiger TV.